Hey, Karen.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. Long time no see.
Yeah, I know, seriously.
Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I hope it was okay. I had a lot more to share, but then I don't want to be looking at my notes.
No, for sure. I know. I had notes written out and just tried my best and winged it. Of course, I got emotional like I always do. Okay. There's Emily, Catherine, Kayla. Awesome. Um, okay, so good happy hour tonight. All right. So let's talk Instagram. Let's switch gears here. I just had my ambassadors make her first post, as you guys know, because I asked you all for your help. I appreciate that. That she's messaging me. She already has a lot of interest from people. She was worried that her friends wouldn't support her, but sounds like they are. That's good. Okay. All right. So let's talk about the messages that we're sending. Have you all been able to do Instagram messages every day? If so, how many are you doing? What are you saying? What's working? What's not? Questions? Let's do that first.
Honestly, I've only been probably doing like 5 or 10 a day.
Okay.
So I need to work on that. I've gotten a few responses just saying thank you, I'm not interested right now, or I'm not. One woman said, she's not interested in adding that to her plate. So I guess the responses I've got have been at least nice. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't say like, go take a hike or anything. So.
Right.
But.
Yeah. And I think, we've all kind of understand at this point in our journey is that we're going for no's. We're going to have to go through a lot of no's to get to the yeses. You never know who you message if they are going to be somebody who is looking for this, right? When you get a no, what are you saying?
Well, I know. I just kind of said, I just say thank you so much. I just said, of course, thank you. I don't really know, how to push it further with that.
Okay. So, suggestion that I have, and it's from Ray Higdon, is just saying, and I've definitely gotten no's. My husband, here's a funny story. So my husband has been super helpful with this Instagram thing. So we have like a little deal going. And so he's been working my Instagram account and doing like 20 messages a day. And he's really good at them, like really good. But he messaged 2 people on our team, Nicole Gooley, Emily. And so I messaged her. I was like, girl, husband's been working my Instagram account. I'm so sorry. I'm like, but what he says is truth, And then also Krista, who is on, she's not very active anymore, but she's on Christina Tikkanen's leg, her cousin's ambassador. So I was like, we should probably talk about, like, if I have mutual friends with these people, you probably shouldn't message them until you talk to me.
That's funny.
I know, it was funny. But what I'm doing is just saying this. I'm going to just pull one up so I can read it right off here. So my husband comes home at like 9:30 and he goes on the boat and he brings a beer and he does his Instagram messages. Okay. Okay, here we go. Oh, no, that's not one. We did a ton more today. Okay. Okay, here we go. I said, no problem. Thanks for getting back to me. If you know anyone who suffers from pain, autoimmune issues, or would like to make a generous income from home, if I show them exactly how to do so, I'd love the referrals. I have a referral program, and it's my mission to help as many people as I can embrace health and opportunity. Happy Monday to you, too. He said, happy Monday. So, again, that's a Ray Higdon thing, and there's a video on that. I can definitely post it on our Instagram page if you all want that. And that's like the word for word his response. No problem, but if you know anybody, and then especially the income thing. So I'll post that video. I'll make a note to do that. Because a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times they might come back with saying, wait, I suffer with that, or wait, I didn't, you know what I mean? I'd like to make some money from home. Like, you can tell me more. And maybe they don't, but it's at least better than saying nothing, or, you know, apologizing, or, you know what I mean? Like, we want to be confident in what we're doing. So that usually is helpful. And it's helpful with no's on Facebook too, not just Instagram. So I always use that response when anybody tells me no, they're not interested or whatever. I had somebody today on Instagram tell me that they're not into network marketing, and that's not a good fit for them. And I said, you know, can you tell me a little bit more about that? Because I was super skeptical in the beginning too. And she did, and I was able to block that objection because we are different. Plexus is different than a lot of the companies out there. And she's now open to looking at the opportunity. You know what I mean? So you never know. So just keep lines open at the very least for referrals, and see what happens. Is anybody having problems finding people, or struggling with spending too much time finding people? Hashtags to use.
Can I say one quick thing about the, you know, following up with the no's that has kind of been helpful for me, or successful for me? You know, I have found with several people that, you know, since it's about connection, like these are the kind of people that we would be interested in, like, having on our team and that sort of thing. I mean, obviously we can't do this with everybody that says no, but if it's really somebody that seems like they would be such a great fit, I've been able to sort of take them over to Facebook or follow each other on Instagram saying, you know, I just really connect with what you post, and I would love to keep following your journey and cheering you on and seeing your successes and blah, blah, blah. And that has worked really well. And I think that's actually kind of how I ended up with one of my new ambassadors, is by being able to just say, let me just cheer you on with this. Like, let's be each other's cheerleaders or whatever. And it's worked really well.
Yeah. Great point. Absolutely. And like you said, obviously we can't do that with everybody, but if there's someone that's particularly interesting, just work on that relationship. So great point, Catherine. That's awesome. Good tip. That's something that I didn't really think about. I've tried to get some people from Instagram on Facebook, but a lot of times I find that Instagram people are like, Facebook sucks. So it's kind of funny. It's like a one or the other sort of thing.
I know. I agree with that comment. It does seem like that, you know, this happy hour thing is so Facebook. Like, if somehow we could, I don't know, maybe like once a month do like a Zoom. I don't know. I'm just wondering, like, if there is a way to kind of, if they won't go to Facebook. Some people, they're like, oh, I don't even have a Facebook account. And you're like, oh man, you know.
It's just a different platform, you know?
Yeah.
It's supposed to just be pictures. And you guys hearing that feedback? We're going back. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, that's something that we can definitely explore if you feel that would be beneficial. I think happy hour is going awesome. I've definitely had 100% success rate with everybody that I've invited. They've either been a customer or an ambassador. So I appreciate all your participation in that. Hashtags, finding people. Karen, I saw you kind of nodding your head. Are you struggling with that at all?
Yeah. So what I like struggle a little bit with, like, when you say you're just doing like these cold, because I think you said like your husband's doing 20, or I think, you know, some people are saying like do 60 a day and you'll get maybe 3 responses. Like, are you just like picking random pages that have hashtag, you know, like searching a hashtag that relates to gut health or, you know, lake house or whatever, and then just picking and literally just cold reaching out, like, you know, hey, I like your page. I was wondering if you're interested in health and wellness. I love this company. Here's what it's done for me. And then adding value, or no?
So I'm not saying anything about Plexus in my initial reach out. So at all. And I don't typically do that on Facebook either. And I would appreciate everybody else, you know, sharing what they do too. But when I'm looking at it, I'm looking at more obscure hashtags, like things like, because if we search gut health, if we search fit mom, like things like that, we're going to find a lot of other people doing what we're doing, or people that are in Beachbody or this or that. So like for you, you have so many things that you're passionate about, Karen. And, you know, you made that comment on the Instagram group about the things that you were passionate about and how you're going to integrate that into your Instagram profile. You're going to want to do hashtags with that. Okay. You're going to want to do, you know, the things about the sunscreen and the things about, you know, the way that you eat and things like that. And then a message is going to look something like this. I posted one of them on there. Let me see. So this is one of the ones that John did. Angie, you have such a beautiful family. My name is Kate, and I own a successful health and wellness company that is always looking for healthy partners. You're exactly the type of person that we're looking for. I would love to offer you a free coaching call about this opportunity. When are you available to talk? Okay. Or you can say, are you open to talking, or are you open to exploring that? But you have to add value in the form of offering a coaching call. Now, I'm going to tell you, only one person has taken me up on the coaching call, right? But multiple people are like, I want more information. You know what I mean? So we kind of decide what the best way to communicate is. And then I've set up multiple calls moving forward with those people. I have 2 people right now that are probably going to join me from Instagram. And one was a former Beachbody coach who like just got a bad taste in her mouth from Beachbody. And then one is just someone who's really into health and wellness and is struggling with doing everything right and not getting the results. You know, we can all relate to that. So you're going to want to send a message like that, and then they're going to tell you if they're open or not. You're going to want to look at their profile a little bit. What?
Can you post that example?
Yeah, I posted one that was similar, but I will. I'll post a couple more. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
I think the main thing to include is I would love to offer you. Can you post more examples of, yes, I can definitely do that. Elizabeth. And then you're right about the quantity. So they said like, or Gary Vaynerchuk said like 3 out of 30 will respond. Okay, so that's why the quantity has to be up. But if the messages are similar, like let's say you focus on one hashtag that night, right? You can really copy and paste that message 30 times. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to obviously change the name and, you know, things like that. If you want to mention something specific on their profile, maybe like one of their pictures, comment on one of their pictures. Interacting with them is important. I have not followed everybody. There's been a couple people that I've followed, and I do end up following the people that respond. That's just kind of what I've been doing. I don't know what you guys have been doing as far as the following is concerned. Does that help, Karen? And Elizabeth, I will definitely post those examples. Yeah, Emily?
So this might be a stupid question, but, you know, so some people who are popping up in the hashtags that I'm searching, right? Then you go to their page and it's like a private account. So, you know, I'm just obviously able to see the one picture. So have you reached out to anybody like that where it's like a private account?
I haven't yet. And, you know, I guess maybe you're in there would be like, can you see their little blurb? Does it show you that at least?
Yeah, a lot of people don't have like a blurb who has, you know what I mean, has a private account, but like you can see, you know, the one picture does pop up, you know? I just wondered, it is an interesting thing because not everybody's Instagram is public. I don't know.
I think in that case, you might have to just try and follow them. And if they accept that, then maybe message them.
Okay. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Or you can, you know, kind of go out on a limb and just say, you know, if depending on what the hashtag was, you know, that you're super interested in that, or that you're like, if the hashtag was teachers, you know, you could say, I was a former teacher. I love connecting with other teachers, like whatever, you know what I'm saying? that way, but I think maybe it might be easier to follow them. Anybody else thoughts on that?
Just a thought. I think the point is to not try to connect with those people as much, because we're trying to find people that are already well at getting their profile and their name out on Instagram, which is what we're looking for more, because they already have a network or a bigger network, and so their business will be quote unquote easier for them, opposed to people that are private, because they most likely don't really know how to work Instagram like the other people.
It's possible. I mean, that's a good point. It's definitely possible that's the case. You never know, but it could be. It's obviously going to be a lot easier for us to connect with people where we can see what's going on. The only thing that I've noticed, and kind of what I've learned from these Instagram, the 101 Instagram Facebook page that Jessica found, was that we should probably be messaging people in the same caliber as us, as far as followers and, likes on their posts and stuff like that, like a little bit above. Like, we should always prospect up, but like, I am not going to spend too much time messaging people with 13K followers. They're probably not going to message me back. You know what I mean? Go ahead and do it, if you want to, but I think that we're going to get the best response from people who are at our level, a little bit above our level. Does that make sense? Would you agree? I don't know. I think that's kind of what that girl was talking about in her Instagram thing. Yeah. Okay. The other thing on the Instagram, and Elizabeth had a question about this, and I want to see what other people think, was the collaborating. Now, everything that this girl's talking about might not fit for us, right? We don't have to do everything she's saying, but it's great information. The whole picture thing with the whiteboard, that could definitely help us. And that app, it's super confusing. I don't know if I had the wrong app. It looked like the right app, but I couldn't even figure it out. But so don't take everything with a grain of salt. These are just things to kind of help you move along. But the collaboration, the way I saw it was this. Like, let's say I find somebody who has a super inspiring page and is trying to get their word out there about something. I could ask them to collaborate. And what I would do is I would share one of their photos and, tag them in it. And they would do the same for mine. And that's how we could network together to get more likes and generate more followers. Is that what you guys were understanding? Okay. I don't know. Go ahead. Anybody have any comments on that?
I've also been really confused on that myself, just seeing how it works. I almost want to do it with someone, even one of us, and just share, just to see what it does. Or, I know Jess just opened up a separate page outside of her personal, and, I don't know. I just feel like I have to see it in action in order to really see that it works. Yeah. And I think it is just to kind of boost things, and to get your name, your cause, whatever the case may be, into somebody else's network and vice versa. That's the way I was looking at it. And by sharing their page, in their picture, when you tag them, it's the @ sign, and then it's just the same as Facebook, when you're tagging someone. Yeah, their handle. So mine would be @ 10 penny tails. Yeah. Okay. What else do we want to talk about this Instagram? Other questions, other struggles? What's everyone thinking about giveaways? Anyone? No?
I liked the strategy she commented. I thought it was, yeah. Instead of just giving something away, they have to, do something. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
as we even like, you know, with our team, I mean, I think it's important, you know, to just like the happy hour thing, like we're giving them an incentive to be on the happy hour, like they're doing something, you know. And I think that way they're more invested in whatever you're giving away. So yeah, I agree with that for sure. What else? Jessica and Nikki, Melissa, how are you all doing with Instagram? Successes, questions?
I've just been spending a lot of time on it. I just feel like there's a lot of thought process behind it. Her videos are quick, but then I just feel like there's just a lot of thought process behind it. So I'm still just trying to like work through everything and write down come up with different groups of hashtags so that my posting is going to be a lot quicker, because that's where I'm getting stuck right now, is trying to figure out in the moment 30 hashtags. So right now I've got different groups for different types of posts, and I don't know. I'm totally working through it because I really like the idea of Instagram.
Yeah.
And then I was just talking with Emily and Nikki, and Karen's going to hear it soon, but we had this, she just brought it up in the Instagram today about sending, people to, she would send them to classes, or she would send them to her like private page for prospects. And we created one like it was literally a year ago. I just looked back at it, and we kind of just never, I thought it was a great idea a year ago, and I got it from an oily person, a different one. But I just don't think we just didn't roll with it, So I think we're going to revive that just to have something for all of our teammates to send our prospects to. And I don't think it's going to take a lot of time. It'll just be another thing we can send prospects to.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was from her video today, and it just kind of sparked my memory of that page. It's still live. We just need to kind of revive it a little bit.
For sure. I think that's a great idea. And you can also utilize happy hour for that too.
That was the other thing. So you could send them to happy hour.
Yeah.
And or the prospect page. But I thought about it as well. I just haven't done anything really with happy hour yet, but
happy hour is extremely successful and really kind of in the same wavelength as that. I'm sure you all are feeling this. If I am, I'm sure you are. There's a lot going on. And so creating another group that you have to kind of keep up with, totally up to you. But happy hour, I think, would suffice for that, and get people engaged too. It's totally up to you guys, but it's been such a great thing because we've been having people sharing their testimonies, and also making it more intimate and vulnerable, and it's a private group, like it's a secret group, so nobody can see it except those people that are in it, and they have to take themselves out of it, right? So like I have people that were in it from like the first week who are now commenting on things, you know what I mean? And so I think that it's a really cool place to do that without having to add anything extra on your plate because it's already done. I do need to make some changes in the graphics with the new products and stuff like that for the day. But, so if we all participate in that, that would be productive as far as having a place to send our potentials outside of like 3-way calls and all that, because we know we can't do 85 3-way calls a day. So something to think about. As far as the hashtags, what I've been doing is anytime I do any hashtags, I've just been putting them in my notes section, like she said, and using HashMe, the hashtag, and it's awesome. So, have you guys all heard of HashMe? All right. Hash. It is an app that Celeste Gwynn talked about at our senior Ruby session, and Kayla's been using it for a while. Oh, maybe it's just called hashtag.
Yeah, I think Marla Thomas shared it, actually. That's where I found out about it.
Where'd you find out about it?
Marla Thomas.
Okay.
on her page. She shared it.
Yeah, it was from a while ago. Is
What
it
is it?
hashtag or hashtag?
It's hash me.
Um,
It's a green or it's a hashtag and it's multicolored.
it's Hash Me. Yeah.
Yes. So there's also an app called Hashtag that you can use, and it has different groupings, and like you can go to like workout, and then there's a ton of different things. However, from the Instagram videos that girl was doing, she was saying to stay away from hashtags that are like, 2 million, 3 million. So what I've been trying to do is I'll use the Hash Me and the hashtag app, and I'll put them in my phone. But when you hover over them, it shows you how many, right, is in there. So I'll add a word to it. Like if it's like love, I'll be like, love her, or love me, some of that, or whatever. You know what I mean? To get that down to like a 200,000 mark. That helps a lot.
I'm sorry, this hashtag generator, I'm looking it up. Is it a big hashtag? Is the symbol with like rainbow colors?
Yes.
Okay, so hashtag generator, hashtag,
Yes.
hashtag. Okay.
And there's also, Hash Me.
And what's the point of it? To help you?
All you do is you put in, like, you can look up like subjects. Like, let's say you were posting about food, and it'll just give you a bunch of hashtags to use.
And are they giving you hashtags that are like 2 million plus, or like?
Like I said, like for the hashtag one that I've been using, some of them are, some of them aren't. So I just kind of, change them, and then again, copy and paste them into my notes. I found that once you make the post on Instagram, you can't copy it. So don't do that, because then you have to type them all over again. So copy it first and then put it in there. Also, I loved her thing, about not putting the hashtags in the actual picture, but in the comments. Because it makes it look like messy. So what I've been doing is making the post with the hashtags, making the post with all the hashtags, copying and cutting the hashtags, putting them in my notes, putting them on my Facebook, and then putting them in the comments. And then eventually I'll have so many groups of hashtags that it's not going to take me long to do at all.
Yeah, I think it's just time up front.
Yeah,
once you
it
have
is.
different groups, it's cut. I mean, that's what I did today. I kind of organized them a little bit better. So I've got like 6 different groups, because otherwise it's time consuming.
It can be. It definitely can be. I just encourage everybody to not cut off the action part of it, and get too organized. Do that first, and then spend some time on organization. Because I am totally like guilty of that. Like I would spend all day like organizing my stuff, because I like to do that. But I've learned that that doesn't really get you anywhere. Okay. So what else? Was there anything else that we wanted to cover on the Instagram thing? Anything else that people are?
Really quick, Kate, another thing to do, and I'm trying to find it, is instead of copying it and putting in the comments, is people use a sign, and I saw several of them today, and just make a lot of spaces and then put the hashtags at the bottom of the post.
Yeah, what's up with that? I was actually going to ask about that. Like, I don't know what that is. Like, it looks weird to me, and I don't know if that like serves a purpose or not.
I think it's just, my guess is just to clean it up, and so I don't know, but that's another option, I guess. I can't find it right now, but that's
okay. I know what you're saying, because I was like, well, yeah, I know what you're saying.
all right.
Okay. Okay. Well, if there's not any other questions or concerns, I know that. Did you want to talk about the coaching calls at all? Okay. I had one, and it went really, really well. So I just kind of treated it as I would treat like any kind of call or 3-way message with a prospect, is asking them a lot of questions. Like, what are you struggling with right now? What what's going on in your life. And so I could figure out how to add value. So this particular girl was having issues with doing everything right, eating well, all this stuff, but she's not able to lose weight, and she's really tired and has a ton of fatigue, isn't sleeping well, having some anxiety. So we just talked about, she's really into, was really into vegan, and now she's kind of getting into keto. And we talked about gut health because it turned out she didn't really know too much about that. So we just talked a little bit about gut health and how working on that can help relieve some of these symptoms she was going through. And she was like, I'm thinking about going back to school. And she's like, I want to be a dentist. And I was like, well, you're going to have a ton of bills, so you best be doing this opportunity. Like, you know what I mean? Because that's crazy, insane money. And she was just talking about like just things that are going on in her life and how she wants to be independent because she always is depending on people. And she's already living out loud on Instagram. So I was like, you're already doing what you would need to do in order to be successful at what I do. So I ended up sending her this little package with a Success from Home magazine that I highlighted and, put stickies on. Those magazines are awesome. I think that you can still buy them in the back office, but I love them. And a catalog and one sample of Slim just to taste. We'll go from there. So she should have gotten that today. So that's kind of how that call went. Really just a lot of questions. And just so you can see how you can add value in listening to them. The call that I have for tomorrow is with that Beachbody girl, and she is like, her and her sister were really into Beachbody, and then they got a really bad taste in their mouths, and they're looking for another opportunity, but they're just not sure that network marketing is for them. So my goal is to try to get them to understand how it's different.
Just an FYI, I don't know if you're friends with her, but Ashley Olsgaard, has been like #1 enroller she's on the Health and Happiness Tribe team under, what's her face? Rachel Wagner.
Yeah.
So Ashley Olsgaard, she came from Beachbody and is like going gangbusters. So I don't know, it's something potentially to mention. And she just started in February, and she's like already senior Ruby on her way to Emerald.
Awesome.
So her name is Ashley Olsgaard, Olsgard, and she's on Instagram and Facebook.
I feel like that sounds familiar. I might be friends with her. Okay, cool. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, Jonathan, like I said, he does all my Instagram message, well, a lot of them. And he was like, Beachbody's hitting Instagram hard. And they are. They are all over Instagram. And so, I mean, they
How do you make the transition? So obviously in your message, you don't say Plexus. So then
Health and Wellness Company.
Right. So how do you bring that up? Hi, whatever.
Well, again, if they're saying that they're open to learning more, right, and they're open to a coaching call, I'm just going to go into it with asking questions. What are you struggling with? What's going on in your life right now? What made you interested? Of course, I'm going to say, after I hear what they say, I'm going to tell them why, why gut health, why blood sugar, all that stuff. And of course, I don't think this girl asked if it was Plexus or asked about what it was until the end of our conversation. And she's like, I actually had a friend that asked me about that once, but I didn't give her the time of day. I was like, oh. So, I just don't think that it's, she's so cute. She's like your mini me. It's that important, you know what I mean, to worry about or to stress. We should just really just focus on what's going on with them and how we can add value. You don't have to be, you're not being sneaky, because in a message you're saying, Health and Wellness Company. But the thing is, I don't want to scare people off either, because people do have that stereotype with network marketing. And so I want to make sure that at least I get a chance to block that. You know what I mean? First, before, because I have gotten messages that are like, if this is anything to do with network marketing, I'm out. You know what I mean? and you have to kind of block that objection.
Yeah, that's helpful.
All right, ladies. Well, see y'all tomorrow night. I will be on the Zoom at 9. If you all don't have time to watch the other one from Leslie, since there was that mix-up, she was mortified, by the way, that she sent the wrong one. It's fine. I think the last Zoom, to be honest, was a lot of review. There were some really good points, but it wasn't my fave out of all of them. So I think if we could just at least watch the 5th one for tomorrow night, that would be awesome. And whoever can make it, can make it. All right? Okay. Bye, guys.